What is going on, guys? Welcome into Rover Sports. How is everybody's Thursday going? I believe it's Thursday. It was Wednesday last night. Wanted to do a couple of videos today. Kind of am doing these draft reaction videos towards the NFL draft and what we saw this weekend. And I thought it was an excellent draft. It was really exciting. I'm really intrigued by all the quarterback prospects. I cannot wait to get to preseason. And in this video right here, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite drafts, and this was the Denver Broncos. So Denver, or Denver, whatever you want to, however you want to call it, the Broncos, they have a very talented defense. And I am going to say on record before I go into this breakdown that I don't believe in Case Keenum at all. Because you know what Case Keenum has proved to be throughout his career? A backup caliber quarterback. And you don't just magically just hit a switch and leave two organizations, the Texans and the Rams, and then become a quality starting quarterback. Case Keenum has limitations in his game. He cannot throw the ball more than 40 yards. He is not a deep ball thrower, and he is in the same realm as a Trevor Siemian. He is a game manager. He is not a star quarterback, and the easiest way to win a Super Bowl and to compete for one is having a quarterback that is able to play at an elite and very high level. He did go to Minnesota, but Minnesota, if you look at that schedule, Case Keenum, he managed the game well. He did have a great defense, so maybe Denver will have the exact same defense. But against the Saints, the old Case Keenum showed up. And I know that Jeff Fisher was there. The point is about Case Keenum is that he was drafted in the 7th round for a reason. And the point is the guy's upside is so limited, and throughout his career in Los Angeles, if I were to tell you 2 years ago that Case Keenum would be getting paid like $20 million by the Denver Broncos and he'd be their franchise savior quarterback, you'd be looking at me with crazy eyes. But the fact that he had a stretch of 8 games or something, it doesn't prove staying power. You can have a good season in the NFL and still be a marginal and average quarterback. Look at Ryan Fitzpatrick. So everybody gets so caught up in what have you done for me lately that they don't look at the full scope of somebody's career. And that's why if the Broncos now had Josh Rosen in this defense, they'd be a very viable contender in the AFC West. But you look at the quarterback position, and Patrick Mahomes is so much better, I think, than Case Keenum, better than Derek Carr, and will be more effective this year than Phillip Rivers, that you look at this division, it's going to be hard. In fact, I did like what the Chargers did. They got Nwosu and they got Derwin James, but I'll save that for another video. With all that being said, if Denver fans want to tune me out, you're more than welcome to. I am going to say that this group of draft class prospects, holy shit, you guys did draft spectacularly well. You had a deal at 5. The Browns pass on Chubb, you grab him. You now have Von Miller, Shane Ray, and Bradley Chubb on your defensive line. That is absolutely fantastic. It's great. Then, and I'm going to pull up the roster too, just for reference. Sometimes I, will look at the roster ahead of time. So yeah, Shane Ray, Chubb. They have Chubb in the 3-4 and Von Miller. It's a sensational pass rush. So then you go to the second pick and you get Courtland Sutton. Courtland freaking Sutton at 40. No one thought he would still be there. 6'3", 220. This guy can high point the football. And he caught he caught 12 touchdowns last season. He played for a quarter. He played in Chad Morris's offense. I'm a big fan of Chad Morris. This guy can be a big red zone target. You pair him with Demaryius, you have one of the tallest receiving corps in the NFL. I'm kind of surprised that they took this guy, but the bottom line is they don't believe in Emmanuel as much. They don't believe in their receiving corps as much, even though they have Thomas and Sanders. And this guy is a Demaryius Thomas replacement, so I expect Thomas, whenever he gets towards the end of his career, I expect Courtland Sutton to probably take the place of Demaryius Thomas. Then you go ahead and you just have then some excellent picks. You get Royce Freeman from Oregon, so now you have Devontae Booker and Freeman could be your star back. Freeman was great at Oregon. If you watched him under Willie Taggart last year, he was electric with the football in his hands. He dominated Pac-12 games. This guy just gets yards. He knows how to run the football. Rookie of the Year contender, Royce Freeman. Sensational pick. Great value at the running back position in the first round. Then you get Isaac Yatim. Okay, he's a 6'1 cornerback, so then you replace Talib with this guy. Wonderful job. Yatim is going to come in here, Isaac Yatim. And then the picks of all picks. These three picks are absolutely incredible. This is why Denver, I think, won the draft. You have my favorite linebacker in the class out of Iowa, Josey Jewell. This guy is a tackling machine, okay? 136 tackles last year. 13.5 for loss, 4.5 sacks. This guy is completely a stud at Iowa. A classic Iowa linebacker. He didn't run well at the combine. The fact that he's there in the 4th round is a travesty. Josey Jewell is maybe my favorite pick of the entire draft. He's a guy that I'm so high on, and he's going to come in here and help this defense right off the jump. I'd start him immediately. When you look at the defense, you do have Miller, you do have Todd Davis, but I'd put him right with Brandon Marshall, and I'd replace Todd Davis with Josey Jewell. I'd put him in immediately. This defense is going to be studly. You did pick up Sua Cravens in the offseason. This is fantastic. And also you have Bradley Roby, Tremaine Brock. This defense and DeMarcus Walker, I'm ready to see this defense take the next step. Then you get 2 more weapons in the passing game. Deshaun Hamilton, who I saw in Mobile at the Senior Bowl, shifty as heck. So damn shifty. This guy runs routes beautifully from the slot. And John Elway was there. So many Denver people were at the Senior Bowl. They took notice of Deshaun Hamilton. He was burning cornerbacks left and right, including those selected in the 2nd round like Duke Dawson and the guy out of North Carolina. So Deshaun Hamilton, a guy that anyone who went to Mobile will tell you, great, terrific route runner. Then Troy Fumagalli, complete stud from Wisconsin. Again, production on top of production. This guy can block. He can catch. This guy, Fumagalli, is going to be fantastic. What a value for him. And it's just an incredible draft for the Denver Broncos. Every single pick, absolutely fantastic. I don't agree with starting Case Keenum, but the fact is this Denver team, wild card or maybe even competing for the division, this draft class was sensational. Enough with the John Elway can't be a general manager. This draft class is stacked. You're going to look back at this 2018 draft class, Denver fans, and you are going to be going completely wild. You guys knocked it out of the damn park. It was the best draft, maybe top to bottom, in the entire